Thus commences the final day of the final round of Super Lap for the season. Welcome back, loyal viewer. Despite pessimistic forecasts, the weather has sorted itself out and the competitors find themselves on a drying track under sunny skies. Will wonders never cease? Adrian Rivers is only 3 points ahead of Ben van der Werf in Unlimited class, and though I haven't asked him, I assume he wants to hang on to that position. Daryl Curran needs to up his pace on the order of 5 seconds to take away the outright win in Street class, but considering his bad luck yesterday, there should be more time hiding inside the RX-7. Brian Matchett is sitting 4th in Open, but that class is getting a big shake-up this round and he has some very fast competitors nipping at his heels. Brendan Purdy has recovered enough to put in an appearance in the VK Big Banger and defend his Pro Street points lead, though he pretty much has to choose between that and his 3rd place position in Pro Open. Like Brian, he's likely to get pipped by some very fast gear at this meeting. Alex Reid is 4th in Unlimited and 6th in Pro Open in the Nissan S15. Now we're on board with Brendan in the Marlboro 05 Commodore as he looks for pace on the drying track. You can see a good dry line here as he feeds in the power from the 6.2 litre V8 on the way down to turn 2. The track is still wet down the bottom here and he keeps a disciplined foot on the loud pedal. At the slowest point of the track, the big V8 pulling just 1900 RPM in 3rd gear and still very nearly breaking loose at corner exit. Braking early for the sweeper, which has yet to develop much of a dry line, making it difficult to get the power down. Braking very early for turn 1, well before the line, but reeling off a 119 flat, which won't unduly shock anyone, but will cement his Pro Street Series win unless he comes like last. Perhaps emboldened by 3 laps in a row without a crash, Brendan gets a bit more assertive with the throttle, brakes later, and generally just pushes harder. Oh well, never mind. Alex circulates at a pace that I can tell you from experience could be beaten by a shitbox Bluebird, while Mark Holroyd, currently 5th in Pro Street in the GR Yaris, could in theory jump to 2nd in class if he can beat everyone else here at Hampton Downs. Dan again takes his legacy by the scruff of the neck and just throws it at the track like a Nissan Teeter through the front window of your local dairy. In comparison, Blair O'Brien is positively civilised in the 911, which is, after all, much more of a white-collar criminal sort of car. In the Civic, Grant Rivers is currently 6th in Unlimited, but mathematically pretty much anyone could take 2nd place this round. Phil Finlay is 3rd in Pro Street, but will need a good result to hold on to that position. Daryl Curran rattles off a 1:13, which is pretty good, but still 3.5 seconds off the pace of Matt Gray, who he needs to beat if he's to avoid a shootout tiebreaker this afternoon. Dan Longair, with a blithe lack of concern of a Nokia 3210 owner hiffing it at a bad covers band at the Outback circa 2006, wriggles the legacy around in a minute 16, which won't bother the other competitors in what is a very fast street class. Mark Holroyd and Blair O'Brien are both faster than Brendan Purdy, but neither will now have the points to threaten his series win. Lunchtime, and the competitors file onto the grid for a photo shoot in what would serendipitously turn out to be the only fucking rain all day. One can't complain too much, but sometimes the gods just look down and laugh themselves sick at the antics of a species comprised entirely of Jobs. Now it's session 2, and Leon Scott, his lead in Unlimited class mathematically unassailable, has strapped on the semi-slicks to try and stay ahead of the other Evo of Brad Jessen, just to make sure he can have his unlimited cake and pro-open eat it too. Aaron Whadadau, having gone fastest on Saturday, undertakes to also go very fast on Sunday. Adrian Rivers gives it heaps in the S13, perhaps aware that regardless of class distinctions, he's currently the second fastest rear-wheel drive after the Supra of Matt Gray. Daryl Curran is currently third fastest rear-wheel drive, but is probably not thinking about that. We're back on board the VK with Brendan as he takes advantage of the dry track to cut some more competitive times. Oh well, never mind. Now we're on board the FDRX7 with Daryl Curran as he tries to go very fast around the track. 2 downshifts into turn 1 and it's squirrely at the apex. I don't know if that's a misfire or he's feathering the throttle or... Look, rotaries are weird. Struggles to get it pulled up and ends up a little wide at the dipper. A VMAX of 220 plus and a lap time of 111.5, which is really very fast, but about 2 seconds less fast than it needs to be, which means he'll face off with Matt in a shootout. Aaron continues chasing Leon, lapping just a little faster than the dominant points leader. We're back on board with Brendan as he takes turn 1 using a slightly more conventional line. This time deploying second gear, now that it can actually be of some use. That turned out to be a 1:15.4, 4.5 seconds quicker than this morning. Group 2 prepare to head out for their last stint before the shootout, and a suspicious character is filmed bothering Porsche owners. If you see this pest, please inform the authorities. Do not approach him. Alex Reed's S15 leads the Yaris of Holroyd, followed by O'Brien's 911. Phil Finlay, who was less than a tenth of a second adrift of Brendan's time, will now need to knock another 4 seconds and change off that, but I don't know why I'm mentioning it to you now, since he certainly didn't have that information at the time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Holroyd, having overtaken Reed, now has some clear track ahead of him, which is nice, but he's unlikely to be beaten by any other Pro Street cars today. Reed is circulating 13 seconds a lap quicker than this morning. Grant Rivers dorts past in the Civic, the fastest front-wheel drive in the field, and since Bruce hasn't turned up today, also the only front-wheel drive in the field. Finlay's 350Z makes more of those noises. We're now perched on the roof of Dan's Legacy like a fuel luggage capsule, or one of those mountain bikes with really fat tires, or a recently exhaled Monster Energy flavoured vape cloud. Say this for Dan Longhair, say he doesn't like for assertiveness on the track. The only time he isn't cutting corners is when he's going too fast to get it turned in that far. An entertaining if far from perfect lap, and he clocks a 1:14.9, which would normally be a pretty good time in street class. Just not today. The Legacy, like an overstimulated Labrador, celebrates by fucking off across the grass while its owner looks on helpless, exasperated yet adoring.
Mark Holroyd now really moves up the leaderboard now up into 6th place.
Now we're on board with Mark Holroyd in the GR Yaris, as he surveils the suspicious behaviour of a sinister black sports car. O'Brien gets out of shape on the way out of turn 2, and whatever it is he does to sort that out just makes matters worse, and then worse again, ending up in an unrecoverable tank slapper and reversing halfway across the track, bringing a significant quantity of scenery with him. Thus ends the last session of the round, with only the shootout to go, everyone pushing hard for their final lap. Aaron Fudedau again just wrecks everyone like a robot sent back through time to fuck people up at Time Attack, with Leon Scott, who I guess is kind of the T-1000 in this rapidly disintegrating analogy, in second. Brad Jessen rounds out a trio of Evos who are tragically unchallenged by any hatchbacks built in their shed, at least for today. Adrian secures third place in Unlimited for the round with an 11-0, while Daryl must now defend his series chances in a shootout with Matt Gray. Holroyd runs a 14.7, which will land him in the shootout with O'Brien for second in Pro Street. And finally the shootout. Holroyd and O'Brien are tied for second place in Pro Street, the 3-cylinder hatchback and the thoroughbred German sports car being predictably closely matched. Curran, as I keep banging on about, will be relegated to second place in street class unless he can beat the fire-breathing Supra of Matt Gray. It is a one-lap shootout and he's not that far off the pace, so it really is anyone's game. Brad Jessen lines up as well, but I'm not really sure why, to be perfectly honest with you. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more in-depth professional motorsport journalism. Holroyd and O'Brien head out for their showdown. Like two gunslingers at high noon, they face each other down the dusty street of a disreputable desert town. Only they're actually just driving around the same track, one after the other, against the clock. But still, it's pretty tense. Let's ride along with Blair O'Brien in his ever so shiny Porsche as he tries to go faster than a Yaris. It's a smooth run through the first complex, O'Brien opting this time to not spin the fucking thing in favour of going around the corners in a quick and businesslike way. Remember, this is a single lap shootout, so not shitting the bed, I mean screwing the pooch, I mean making a mistake is nearly as important as going really fast. He crosses the line with a 1:15.6, which is pretty good if not quite his best work this weekend. Holroyd, however, has reeled off a PB 14.5, securing his round win and boosting him to second place in class for the season.
No, you just turned it off.
Adam insists I include this clip, which, considering his track record with GoPros, is pretty fucking rich.
GoPro, start recording.
Will Daryl overpower Matt like a disobedient action cam? Probably not, that makes no sense, but we can at least watch what happens in this needlessly complicated side-by-side video of them both doing the thing. Matt's Supra carries a shitload more speed across the line, but takes turn 1 a good 10 kph slower than the RX-7. He makes up that deficit on the run down to turn 2, and they're neck and neck as they approach the bridge. Daryl is narrowly ahead over the crest at turn 3, but gets out of shape on the exit, and the Supra does Supra things, edging ahead under power and entering turn 4 with a slight advantage. The RX-7 again steps out just a bit at corner exit, and the Supra boosts it up the hill, now pulling out nearly a 1 second lead. It's now pretty much all over bar the shouting. The Supra pulls a VMAX of 211 on the run to the sweeper versus the RX-7's 183, and maintains a higher speed through the corner. The 2J just unleashes for the run up the hill. And Gray records a 109.697, another PB, and the class record is smashed yet again. Curran rocks in with a 112.849, which just about any other year would have snagged him a street class trophy. Now we see Brad Jessen doing a thing in his Evo. This presumably has some series result implications, but I'm not sure what, and it's too late to ask.
Blow it out.
He runs a 108.3, which is indeed a lap time. Holroyd takes second place in Pro Street from O'Brien, who was relegated to third, and Gray topples his own street class record to edge out Curran for street class victory. Dan Longair rounds out the street class podium, the only other competitor to contest more than 2 events. Brendan Purdy secures his Pro Street win, with Mark Holroyd jumping 4 places to claim second from Blair O'Brien. Leon Scott wins Pro Open, with Glenn Hodges second and Greg Hurst third. Scott also dominates Unlimited class, with Adrian Rivers coming in second and Ben Vanderwerf third.
Alrighty, so we are starting with street class this weekend. In third place, Dan Speed. Congratulations. Hey Dan, don't possibly mind. In second place this weekend, Daryl Curran. Congratulations, Daryl. And our street class winner for round 4, Matt Gray. For Pro Street this weekend, third place, Brendan. I have the blue purdy. In second place, Blair O'Brien. And our Pro Street winner this weekend, Mark Holroyd. Congratulations. For Pro Open this weekend, in third place, Glenn Hodges. Just by only a tiny bit. Second place in Pro Open, Brad Jessen. And our Pro Open winner this weekend, Leon Scott. Congratulations. For Unlimited this weekend, in third place, Adrian Rivers. Congratulations. Second place in Unlimited this weekend, Brad Jessen. And first place for Unlimited this weekend, Aaron Butterdale. You still here? Oh, there. Congratulations. Awesome. Okay, on to our season awards. We've got a couple of awards here first to go through that are not about your time on the track, but maybe your time in and around the pits and just what a GC some of you are. So this particular trophy is called the Most Fully Wrecked trophy. We don't intend to break our cars, but sometimes it happens. Sometimes it happens gloriously. This is our, it gets added to, so if you win it, you have to add something. Greg's done a fantastic job of making it heavier. Thank you, Greg. So the recipient of this award is also getting a Best Attitude Award. It's Neil! Congratulations on topping up your car, mate. Don't forget your massive trophy that you not only have to look after for a year, but you have to create more.
You know it's going to have a rear bumper on it next
You
year.
can put a door on it. Make it as big as you want. We love that. This is for Best Fudge, Ray from Team MMR. Thank you, Raywin, for always making beautiful fudges for us. Superlap Ambassador, this is for someone who has done a lot to increase, I guess, the reach of Superlap and talked it up and just like, yeah, been very, very helpful for us. And that goes to Leon Scott. Thanks, Leon.
Thanks, everybody.
So, for our season, for street actual money, as well as awesome things. Trophies, prizes, photographers. Second place for street class. You guys already all know how this went down. Daryl Curran. Daryl has done awesome this season. Already holding a street record from earlier in the season as well. Can't wait to see what you can do in your own car next season. And maybe Cheryl drive her car.
Big thanks to Leon for supporting us.
Alright. Our street king for this season. And holding the lap record here at Hampton, Matt Gray.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Thanks so much.
Cash, trophy, fucking other trophies. Go hunting, mate. Go hunting.
Yep. Good. Thank you very much, guys. I was going to say a massive shout out to Daryl, man. Like, that was a massive season. That was expensive.
Thank you to Tony.
Thanks, mate. That's going to cost me. Thank you to the sponsors, Leon, for supporting us. Like, without those two guys helping us out, we wouldn't have to do this. Thank you, Cass and Gary. You guys put up with a lot of shit, us doing stupid things, and thank you out. Congratulations, everybody. And Dad.
Moving on to our Pro Street class for the season. And third place, Blair O'Brien. Congratulations.
Thank you, everyone. Very kind of you. Thank you all. Thanks.
Our runner-up for Pro Street this season, Mark Holroyd. Congratulations. Cash, money, vouchers, trophies, t-shirts.
I want it all. Thank you, boss. Cheers.
Our Pro Street winner for this season, Brenda Purdy. Congratulations. You also get your cash money and another $1,000 helping voucher and a trophy and another.
Thank you.
And Kaz gets the one. Little speech.
Thank you for the sponsors, Leon, Helping, and the Lab Group for organising everything. Hope we'll see everyone next year. Thank you.
Pro Open, third place, Greg Hess. Congratulations. Sorry your car's fucked.
And most important about
Our runner-up for Pro Open this season, Glenn Hodges. The person crazy enough to bring him up to contact.
How about Billy?
Hey, if anyone doesn't want their chocolate fish, I'll eat them. Just saying. I haven't had one this weekend.
Thank you, Leon.
Our Pro Open winner this season, more cash money, another $1,000 Haltech voucher, Leon Scott. Congratulations, Leon.
just like to thank everybody for being so accommodating this season. It's been 7 years since we've contested Super Lap.
Make us all sound
The
old.
family environment is what Super Lap's all about. Time attack in Japan is this way. Everybody is one big family. I'm just really happy. On that basis, I'd like to donate this to Ashneil.
Towards the new door. Unlimited class in third place, Ben Vanderwerf. Would anybody like to pretend to be Ben and run away with his money? Alright, unlimited runner-up this season, Adrian Rivers. Congratulations, Adrian.
Thanks, guys.
Unlimited class for the 2022-23 season. Overall winner, cash money, another Haltech voucher, Mr. Leon Scott. Look at that trophy, bro. Congratulations. Thank you. Once again, just thank you so much, everyone. I'm always absolutely overwhelmed at what you all manage to come up with throughout the season. Yeah, I love this. I love Super Lap. I sometimes hate some of you, and I sometimes yell at some of you, but I do it with my heart or something.
I'd just like to say a very big thank you to all of you for actually participating, turning up and actually doing the events. And I only look forward to it growing in a larger capacity, maybe another round, maybe something in South Island.
Yes.
See, you know, so
Run!
something that I'd like to see anyway. But no, thank you very much. Appreciate all of you doing that, and no pressure. You can have a year off, mate. But yeah, no, thank you very much. Great to be part of it.
Thanks, James.
Cool, great.
Season photos with their cars. Let any one of the million media people know. We've got Aspect, Envy, we've probably got more, like, there's another fucking camera there. Do you want another group photo? Our group photo at lunchtime was fucking amazing, man. We can't top that. If anyone missed out on the group photo at lunchtime, shame on you because it was amazing. There was literally a double rainbow. Amazing.